Mine is Turning to Tables for Learning. I'm Susan Adams. I'm third grade at Louisa East Elementary School. A few years ago, our principal gave everybody in the building that was math new tables, and they were dry erase tables. So I was like jealous because we can use that too. Go on to the next one. So my area of focus was creating a classroom that is more conducive to learning, and I felt like tables was something easier for kids to maneuver with and be more hands-on with, rather than desks and all over the place with their desk by the end of the day were over here and over there. So I felt like tables are just easier for the kids to collaborate with. So I wanted my kids to be more actively engaged. You can go on to the next one. Okay, resources needed, very basic. No electronics needed, no batteries, no nothing. So there's tables. The next one's collaboration. So with the dry erase tables, my students are just able to collaborate easier. They're more on task. Sorry. Can you, oh yeah, oh you're back. Okay. They're more on task, and it gives me the ability to put the kids in the Kagan, with Kagan strategies to put that in, because you have a low, a medium, high all together. So it just kind of it's much easier for the kids to learn from one another. Like she said, they learn easier when they do something. They learn more when they do something rather than sit there and listen to me all day. So it gave me a variety of skill levels and the support they needed, not just me, but their peers. And go on to the next one. Comprehension. Students were able to practice close reading using their tables to write down their purposes for reading. So we can just jot things down on our table. Okay, what is our purpose today? It's main idea. It's whatever. It just gets them engaged. They use tables to create their graphic organizer. They practice language arts skills. And we even practice open responses. And they can look over at somebody else's and say, hey, I like that idea. Go on to the next one. Students become more engaged using the dry erase tables. Students were on task and making corrections to sentences in their language arts. They also enjoyed practicing their language skills without using that standard paper and pencil. Sometimes it's not so easy to have them understand what a noun is just by, okay, what's a noun? So you could have them write nouns down and see, or whatever skill we're working on at that point. Go on. Okay, so you can see my dry erase tables here. Here's some of my kids. And I put painter's tape across them. And so we created a graphic organizer. So I think this is story elements. And so like each child was responsible, let's say, for problem, solution, characters, character traits, and that kind of thing. So you can see they're kind of divided there, and they're working in their groups, and then they share their information with each other. You can go on to the next one. Now this one shows they're just basically writing their sentences and they're making corrections. So I have them write down an incorrect sentence, and then I make them switch markers with someone else so they see what color. Oh, there's my correction. That's why I needed to capitalize. So it's just a little spin on it. You can go on to the next one. Okay, and this is just their short answers. That's on a common assessment, of course, but you can see that their short answers in grade 3, of course, were just short answers. So to get them to this 2, we want to make it a 2. So they practice that. Go on. Okay, and this is my STAR data. So you can see at the beginning of the year, of course, before tables, the first 9 weeks, my index, I had 29 novice, 11 apprentice, 6 proficient, 3 distinguished. And my index was 31.12. Second 9 weeks, I went from, you can see where I went. So I was quite proud of that. I was quite proud of my kids, I should say. And you see my index went to a 70.31. And when I equated that to what my last year's data was, it's about, give or take, 10 points off. So basically projecting, and this is third 9 weeks, and I didn't go up as much because we miss a lot of school for snow. So I went to 71.93. So there was my index there, and of course, fourth 9 weeks won't be there. But I think it has a great effect on my kids. You can go to the next one. And this was to kind of brag, I guess you would say. I'm not bragging on me, I'm bragging on my kids. But out of the whole 2nd through 5th grade in all of Lawrence County schools, my kids had the highest growth of anybody. So I received an award at the board meeting for that. But my kids are what did it, not me. They just did what I told them to. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And so basically a conclusion that the dry erase tables added just a whole new dimension to my room, and they just allow my students to better collaborate and be more hands-on. So.